Alright, let's do some more math. So I jumped on to page 139. I'm going to go over 18 and 19. Okay, again, if you got stuck on another problem though earlier that I haven't gone over, just remember that tomorrow, so circle that number, and then tomorrow before the test, make sure you ask me about that one and we'll go over it in class together. Okay, so let's look at number 18. And again, number 18 on this practice is going to be very similar to number 18 on the actual test. Okay, so first thing I want to do is read and highlight, underline important information. There are 3 new seats in each row in the school auditorium. So for every row in the auditorium, they're getting 3 additional seats for each row. So they may have had 5 to begin with, and now they're getting 3 additional. So for each one of the rows, there's 3 more seats. There are 15 rows in the auditorium. So if this was a row, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I can kind of do a model. And again, there's going to be 3 additional seats on each one of these rows. Okay, so we can think of 3, 3, 3, 3, all these 3s. And remember, multiplication is just repeated addition. Each new seat costs $74. What is the cost for the new seats? That's our question. That's the most important thing. That's what we're going to keep coming back to. Okay, so we don't actually need to know how many seats were in the rows originally. We just know that there was 3 new ones for each row. And how many rows did we have again? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rows. Oh, yep, there it is. And each one of these had 3 new seats added to it. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now, we could add all these 3's up to find out how many more seats we have, or we could multiply. So it's 3. How many times? How many times do we do the 3? Well, there's 15 rows. So we do 15 times 3. Because each one of these 15 rows has 3 additional chairs. This will tell us how many new seats total. So 3 times 5 is 15. Carry my 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus the 1 is 4. Okay, so 45. And that's 45 what though? Remember, let's look back at our picture. 45 what? What were these 3's representing? They were representing our new seats. So we have 45 new seats. Now let's look back at our question. Here's the question mark. It says, what is the cost for the new seats? Well, we haven't found that. We just found how many new seats we got. So to find the cost, we have to take each one of those seats and multiply it times how much one of them costs. One new seat costs $74. So if we had $74 for every one of the $74 for every one of those seats, we'd have to do $74 times the number of new seats we have, which is 45. Okay. Now again, you can use any strategy you want to solve this. You can do an area model, you can do regrouping. Any strategy you like works fine, as long as you can come to the same answer. So I'm going to do regrouping again. 5 times 4, 5 times 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. So my 0 goes down, I carry my 2. 5 times 7, that's 35, plus my 2 is 37. Now I'm done with the 5, so I kiss it goodbye, and then I have to remember the 0 placeholder. Now I have to do the 4 times each one of these numbers. So 4 times 4, that's 16. I got to carry my 1. Sometimes students want to bring that 16 and just write 16 down here. But we have to put the 6 here and carry the 1. Okay, 4 times 7 is 28, plus that 1 I carried is 29. And I'm going to rewrite this over here so I have more room, because those are my 2 partial products. So I'm going to rewrite those so I can see them easier, and I'm going to add them up. Add up my 2 partial products. 0, 7 plus 6. Well, I know 7 plus 7 is 14. That's one less, so that must be 13. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus this 3 would make another 13. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. So, $3,330 would be the cost of those 45 new seats. Okay, I'm going to get rid of those markings, but again, on your video, you can go back if you need to, rewind the video if you need to go back and see these marks again. Okay, let's go to number 19. Ray and Ella helped move their school library to a new building. Ray packed 27 boxes with 25 books in each box. So to visualize that, think there's 27 boxes. Here's one box. How many books are in this box for Ray? Yeah, 25. Then another box he has, another 25 books. And how many boxes do we need to draw? Yeah, 27 boxes. And every one of those 27 boxes, box, is going to have 25 books in it. So that's a lot of books. Ella packed 23 boxes, still a ton of boxes. We do box, and how many boxes would we have to draw? Yeah, 23, and each one of her boxes had 30 books in each one of those boxes, and we would have to do that 23 times. That would be a really big drawing, so I'm not going to draw them all. I just want to give you an idea of that's going to be a lot of books. Okay, how many more books did Ella pack? Show your work. Now, we talked about this one. Actually, there was a computer problem like this where they made an error, and one of the people actually didn't have more books than the other. But let's go ahead and find out here our question. How many more books did Ella pack? Okay. So here's Ella. Ella packed 23 boxes, 30. So 23 boxes, and each one has 30, so we would have to do 23 times 30. Okay? And I can think of this as 23 times 3 if I want, because that would be 3 tens, so I can do 23 times 3 tens, but I just have to remember to add my 0. So 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 2 is 6, add my 0, and this represents how many Ella packed. 23 times 30. 23 times 30, or 23 times 3, and add my 0. So this is Ella. Okay, let's figure out how many Ray packed. Ray packed 27 boxes with 25 books. Okay. So again, I need to multiply that, because for every one of these 27 boxes, 25 books, 25 books, 25 books, 25 books 27 times. Okay. So again, on this problem, you can use any strategy you like. You can use regrouping. You can use an area model. Again, I'm gonna let's do an area model for this one. I'm gonna do a little erasing, and actually, let's see if I have room down here. I'm gonna do my area model down here. Hopefully, this all shows up on the screen for the YouTube video. So 27, I'm going to break into 20 and 7. Okay, don't get it confused here. Actually, I'm just going to erase some of that, so you don't get confused by these numbers. Okay. All right. So 27. Here's my 27, 20 and 7, and 25. 20 and 5. I'm worried that 20 might have got cut off a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, now remember, you have to start on the top, start with the first number, 20, and you have to multiply it by both numbers on the side. So 20 times the 20, and then 20 times the 5. So 20 times 20 I can think of as 2 times 2, which is 4, and then I need to add 1, 2 zeros. That's 400. Now I do the 20 times the 5, which I can think of as 2 times 5, which is 10, and add my 1 0. Okay, I'm done with that 20. Now I jump over to the 7, and I have to do the same thing. The 7 has to be multiplied by the 20 on the side, And the 7 also has to be multiplied by the 5 on the side. So first, the 7 times the 20 on the side. 7 times 2 is 14. Add my 1 0 from the 20, 140. And then lastly, 7 times the 5, that's 35. So all these numbers are called our partial products. So I'm going to throw those partial products over here. I have 400, 140, 100, and 35. Okay, now I add those partial products up. I get 5, 7, 5, or excuse me, 4, 5, 6, 675. And this is who? Who did the 27 and 25? Let's see. Ray packed 27 and 25. Okay, so this is the number of books Ray moved. So I must be done, right? Let's go back and look at our question. How many more books did Ella pack? So when it asks a question like this, it means you're comparing Ella and Ray. And when we're comparing, we want to find the difference. And difference means we have to subtract. So I'm going to take the number Ella packed, 690. I'm going to move up here. 690 minus, difference means minus, the number that Ray packed. So I can't take 5 away from 0, so I have to borrow from the tens place. That makes the 9 and 8. And the 0 becomes a 10. 5, 8 minus 7 is 1. So how many more books did Ella pack? Ella packed, I'm probably going to run out of space, 15 more books. Okay, hopefully none of my markings got crossed off, but even if they did, you can listen and you know the numbers that I was writing down based on just listening. Alright, well thanks again, and I'll see you on the next problem.